From Ekiti FM 91.5, the time is 6:30. Glad to have you join us on the Daybreak News. I am Sunday Daramola. First, the main points. Oyebanji clears air on defection rumors. BSCS pensioners dissociate from PAN. Abuja teachers suspend strike after Wiki's intervention. U.S. cuts Nigerian non-immigrant visas to 3 months. The Ekiti State Governor, Mr. Abiodun Oyebanji, has dismissed an online report claiming that he and some elders in Ekiti plan to defect to the African Democratic Congress, ADC, with former Governor Kayode Fayemi. In a statement by his special advisor on media, Mr. Yinka Oyebode, the governor described the claims as false, sponsored by desperate politicians trying to create rift between him and President Bola Tinubu. He reaffirmed his commitment to the All Progressives Congress, APC, and urged Ekiti people to ignore the misleading report. The All Progressive Congress, APC women leaders in Ekiti State have adopted Governor Abiodun Oyebanji for the 2026 governorship election, citing his developmental strides. They declared their support during a mobilization tour of Ikere, Ekiti Southwest, and Irekpodu Ifelodu local government areas of the state. BSCS reporter Adedayo Adeleye has the details.
At Ikere, Ilawe, and Igirikiti, APC state woman leader Mrs. Caroline Egunjobi said that the women declared support for Governor Abiodun Oyebanji due to his numerous achievements, especially for women. She affirmed total loyalty and promised massive votes for the governor in the primary and other elections. Other APC women leaders, including Mrs. Yemisi Ayokunle, Dr. At Ikere, Ilawe, and Igirigiti, APC state woman leader Mrs. Caroline Egunjobi said that the women declared support for Governor Abiodun Oyebanji due to his numerous achievements, especially for women. She affirmed total loyalty and promised massive votes for the governor in the primary and other elections. Other APC women leaders, including Mrs. Yemisi Ayokunle, Dr. Funke Fajobi, and Mrs. Rhoda Ujo, also promised to work for Governor Oyebanji in his forthcoming primary.
He's been doing well. He's done well for us in the Ekiti Southwest. If I keep on mentioning the project he has done, will be taking too much time. But it's obvious, and it's seen all over town. The roads, the infrastructure, the renovation of schools, and even the human capital development. He has tried on all sides, and we feel we want him to continue. You know, when something is good, you want continuity in it.
We are supporting Governor Abiodun Oyebanji and his deputy, Monisade Christiana Afuye, for the second time because of what they have been doing and taking care of women. You can see a lot of women in the cabinet of Mr. Governor. I am one of them. There is job opportunity for the children, and that is why all the women are happy that come what may, we are in support of Abiodun Oyebanji.
What is happening today, we are ready. That's the only agenda we have. We are ready to bring back the governor and the deputy governor for the second term in service. In fact, there is no vacancy until 2030. So the women are sharpening that we are ready.
Earlier, the deputy governor, Okinlu Amonisade Afuye, commended the women's loyalty, describing it as motivation for the governor to do more. She called on them to participate in the upcoming continuous voter registration by the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC. In their remarks, the chairperson of the State APC Women Elders Council, Mrs. Ronke Okusanya, and Special Advisor on Political Matters, Chief Jide Awe, described the massive turnout as a sign that Ekiti is safe for Oyebanji in the forthcoming polls. The mobilization tour was organized by the First Lady, Dr. Olayemi Abiodun Oyebanji, represented by a Special Assistant on Political Matters, Mrs. Toyin Adepoju, to rally women's support for the governor ahead of the APC primary and 2026 election. Adedayo Adele reporting.
Also, the leaders of All Progressive Congress APC in Ekiti State have called on women in the party to be united and resist desperate politicians ahead of the next year's governorship election. The APC female leaders made a call during the party's mobilization tour to Ayekire, Ekiti East, Emure, and its surrounding local government areas of the state. BSS reporter Adedayo Adeleye again has the details.
The mobilization tour organized by the State First Lady, Dr. Olayemi Abiodun Oyebanji, was to mobilize women for her husband ahead of the 2026 poll. Addressing the women at all the designated venues in Ode, Omo, Emure, and Ise-Ekiti, the State Deputy Governor, Okinlu Amunisade Afuye, appealed to the women to resist those she branded as money bag politicians willing to deploy monetary power to secure the party's ticket. She urged them to remain steadfast in their support for Governor Biodun Oyebanji, who has been committed to gender promotion by appointing women to strategic positions.
Wọ́n á ṣe é ṣe fún yín o. Primary tó ń bọ̀ lọ́nà. A ṣe é ṣe àbí kò ní ṣe é ṣe. Registration wà ń bẹ̀. Wọ́n ti bá yín sọ àbí? Wọ́n bá yín sọ̀rọ̀ primary. Inú ìṣọ̀kan ni o. Inú ìṣọ̀kan ni o. Tá ẹ̀ bá ti kẹ ìrámù ẹ̀ lẹ́nu ọ̀rọ̀ o. Tó bá láwọn tó ń gbówó gba tẹ̀lifílẹ̀ bá dà á lọ́wọ́ kan o.
Also speaking, the chairperson, APC Elders Council, Women's Wing, Mrs. Ronke Okusanya, charged the women to reciprocate Governor Oyebanji's gender balancing through massive votes in 2026. The former APC state women leader said they should remain steadfast in their support for the governor, assuring them that their interests shall be protected.
Governor Abiodun Abayomi Oyebanji has done the party proud. He has kept to his promises. He has kept to his 6-point agenda for development in the state. I'm just appealing to all our women because we are the larger population, the women folk, and I'm saying to them, choose right.
Also, the Secretary to the State Government, Professor Abibat Adubiaro, and the Special Advisor to the Governor on Political Matters, Chief Jide Awe, charged the women to be fair to the returnees and defectors to the party. They also appealed to them to participate in the continuous voter registration exercise by the Independent National Electoral Commission.
Sensitize them about the coming up of the primary election, and we still want them to stand on their feet and they all come out en masse to return Governor Biodun Abayomi Oyebanji back to the governor's office.
Seeing the women in their numbers across the state, so that they are ready and they are in tune with the program of the party and that of the government.
APC women leaders at all the council areas visited, including Mrs. Kende Kayode and Rachel Ademiloye, declared total support for Governor Oyebanji. Adedayo Adele reporting.
Education in Ekiti State, Mr. Kayode Babade, has called on youth to make hard work their watchword in order to have a better future. He made the call while featuring on EKTV program My Agenda. The report is presented from our studio. Mr. Babade, who narrated his experience while growing up, said that hard work and commitment to duty was the order of the day during his youthful days, which had helped him to succeed in life. He advised youths to shun get-rich-quick syndrome and be dedicated to their studies as leaders of tomorrow.
Remember the son of whom you are. That sank into my brain there was value for character that time. People value the name of their family. People value character. But today, people celebrate money. And the youths celebrate money. Some parents are even guilty of this. Sometimes I learn there is an association of Yahoo mothers. It takes time to grow. You are growing business, yes, it takes time before you get to the peak. And so it's a very terrible thing in the society today that you can't compare with when we were all growing up.
As the head of the Board for Technical and Vocational Education in the state, Mr. Babade said his vision was to build entrepreneurs who would in turn build the nation.
You can see the state-of-the-art equipments in the schools. Give them first-class training with 60 to 70% practical exposure, so that they will be able to use their hands and their brain. That is our first motive.
Mr. Babade, who is also a former commissioner for education in the state, added that all the technical schools in Ekiti were equipped with state-of-the-art equipment to build capacity. He appealed to parents to encourage their wards and enroll them in technical schools so as to become self-reliant.
Provide a job for you to be self-employed after graduation from our school. You can practice your trade. It gives you an opportunity to put food on your own table. You can be an employer of labor, while a lot of people will come and learn the skill and the trade with you. And so if people are getting to understand all this, okay, look at the petals the federal government is introducing now into the technical education subsector.
On politics, Mr. Babade advised politicians to remain loyal and follow the visions of their leaders in office in order to enhance development and growth in their various states. Pensioners in the Broadcasting Service of Ekiti State, BSCS, have pitched their tent with the Nigerian Union of Pensioners, NUP. The decision followed the crisis rocking NUP, which led to the creation of the Pensioners Association of Nigeria, PAN, in the state. The resolution was made during a congress presided over by the chairman of the association, Mr. Femi Ajanaku, at the G. Ayelabos Hall, BSCS Ilokun, in Ado-Ekiti. Some of the members emphasized the need to stand in solidarity and take a clear stance on the issue.
For the BSCS, Broadcasting Service of Ekiti State. The essence of our meeting today is for us to know where we are going. You know, there is the state union of the pensioners, there is the national union of the pensioners called NUP. There is a new one called Pensioners Association of Nigeria, PAN, being headed by different set of persons. Today we have come together to put our own home straight and to know where we are going, of which we have already known. We have fashioned out where we are going. And where we are going is where we are going because the pensioners in the BSCS are always together. Always together, do everything together, and we always have things together for development and progress.
This is the Broadcasting Service of Ekiti State.
Admission has commenced in Venate University, Iloro-Ekiti, for the 2024-2025 academic session. Courses available in the College of Allied Health and Medical Sciences are BNSC Nursing Science, BSc Public Health, B Medical Laboratory Science, Doctor of Physiotherapy. College of Agricultural Science and Information Technology offers courses in BSc Microbiology, BSc Biochemistry, BSc Forensic Science, BSc Agricultural Economics, BSc Agribusiness, BSc Soil and Land Resources Management, BSc Computer Science, BSc Cybersecurity, BSc Software Engineering, and BSc Information Technology. Courses in the College of Art, Social and Management Sciences are BSc Economics, BSc Criminology and Security Studies, BSc Accounting, BSc Taxation, BSc Entrepreneurship Studies, BSc Public Administration, BSc Mass Communication and Media Technology, BSc Sociology, BSc Social Work, BSc Tourism and Hospitality Management, BA English and Linguistics, BA History and International Studies, BA Performing Art and Film Studies. Admission requirements: 5 level credits in relevant subjects, a minimum UTME score of 140. To apply, log on to admission.venatiauniversity.edu.ng or come to a permanent site at Kilometer 2, Ayesoro Road, Iloro-Ekiti. Management announcer.
You're welcome back. For news, information, or comments, join our live streaming on Facebook page at Ekiti State Radio. You can also like and share our page. The Permanent Secretary of Ekiti State Ministry of Works, Mr. Ganiu Titilokwe, will retire from active service today after attaining the statutory age of 60. Mr. Titilokwe, who is from Ikere-Ekiti, served for over 30 years, contributing significantly to infrastructural development of the state. A pendant ceremony we hold at the ministry's premises in Ado-Ekiti at 10 in the morning. Mr. Titilokwe will hold a special Thanksgiving at the AUD Mosque, Ikere-Ekiti, on Friday at 1 in the afternoon. The Director General of the National Automotive Design and Development Council, Mr. Oluwawemimo Oshanipin, has assured motorists in Ekiti State that compressed gas for their CNG converted vehicles will soon be available, declaring open a 5-day training on the repair and maintenance of both CNG and petrol-powered tricycles and motorcycles in the state. The NADDC boss said arrangement has been concluded with some filling stations to begin the sales of compressed gas in the state. Mr. Oshanipin charged the trainees to share their knowledge gained at the training with their colleagues in their localities. The Director General thanked the state government under the leadership of Governor Biodun Oyebanji for striving to improve the quality of life of the people. As annual cultural festivals kick off across Ado-Ekiti, the founder of the Ataeshe Socio-Cultural Group, Chief Akin Ojo, has appealed to traditional worshippers to conduct themselves peacefully and preserve the dignity of Yoruba heritage. Chief Akin Ojo Ataeshe, in a statement, cautioned masquerades and their followers against harassing passers-by for mourning under the guise of tradition, adding that heads of families will be held accountable for any disruptions linked to their masquerades. He also warned Ogun Festival practitioners against the act of spraying powder or dye on members of the public, saying that the Ewi in Council will bring offenders to justice. The Ado-Ekiti-born traditionalist commended Governor Biodun Oyebanji for creating an inclusive environment where adherents of different faiths coexist peacefully, describing it as a vital step towards sustainable development and social cohesion. He praised the Ewi of Ado-Ekiti, Oba Rufus Adejugbe, and his wife Yeshorun Olori Bosede Adejugbe for their unwavering efforts in promoting the cultural values and heritage of Ado-Ekiti. Ekiti State Government has fixed Saturday, July 19 for the examination for applicants in the ongoing recruitment exercise into the teaching and non-teaching cadres in the state secondary schools. The Permanent Secretary, Ekiti State Teaching Service Commission, Mr. Michael Boluwade, who said that the written examination will hold at Ekiti State University at Ado-Ekiti, warned against impersonation and examination malpractices. Mr. Boluwade said that applicants are expected to be at the examination center by 8 in the morning for accreditation. The Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board (JAMB) has set 150 as the cutoff mark for admission into universities in the country. JAMB made the decision during the 2025 policy meeting on admissions in Abuja. It said the cutoff mark for colleges for nursing was 140, colleges of agriculture 100, and colleges of education 100. And the federal government has formally set 16 years as the minimum age for admission into Nigeria's tertiary institutions. Minister of Education Dr. Tunji Alausa made the announcement during the 2025 policy meeting on the Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board held in Abuja. Alausa, while declaring the meeting open, emphasized that the age benchmark is not official and non-negotiable. He warned that any admission carried out outside the central admission processing system will be considered illegal. The FCT wing of the Nigerian Union of Teachers has announced the suspension of its over 3-month-old strike by primary school teachers, with a directive to members to return to classrooms starting from today. The decision follows the intervention of the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, who convened a stakeholders meeting to address the lingering impasse. And on the foreign scene, the United States Department of State has announced an update to its non-immigrant visa policy for Nigerians. According to a press release by the U.S. Embassy in Abuja, most non-immigrant and non-diplomatic visas issued to citizens of Nigeria will be single-entry visas with a 3-month validity period. The new visa restrictions takes immediate effect. And to sport, Chelsea new signing João Pedro scored a stunning brace as they defeated Fluminense 2-0 in the first semi-final of the Club World Cup yesterday night. The Blues boss Enzo Maresca gave Pedro his first start for the club following his arrivals from Brighton Hove Albion this summer. The Brazilian repaid Maresca's fate, a goal in each half against his boyhood club. Chelsea will now take on the winner between Paris Saint-Germain of France and Real Madrid of Spain in the final of this year's Club World Cup. To end the daybreak news, yet again at the main point, we told you that the Ekiti State Governor, Mr. Abiodun Oyebanji, has dismissed an online report claiming he and some Ekiti leaders plan to defect to the African Democratic Congress (ADC) with former Governor Kayode Fayemi. It was in the bulletin that pensioners in the Broadcasting Service of Ekiti State (BSCS) have pitched their tent with the Nigerian Union of Pensioners (NUP). You also heard that the FCT wing of the Nigerian Union of Teachers (NUT) has announced the suspension of its over 3-month-old strike by primary school teachers, with a directive to members to return to classrooms starting from today. And lastly, on the Daybreak News, we informed you that the United States Department of State has announced an update on its non-immigrant visa policy for Nigerians. Embrace tree planting to avert rainstorm. And that was the Daybreak News as put together by the production team and edited by Shola Olorunlano. I am Sunday Daramola. Many thanks for listening and good morning.